and a 3, and a 2, and a 3, 2, 1, go, boom. And we're live.
And hello.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to Lionscapes, and welcome back to another Feedback Friday.
Yeah.
So Feedback Friday is one of our favorite formats where we simply give you feedback on the works you sent us. That's as much as one should say about it, I guess.
Yeah, and you can send whatever you want. Our specialty, or we are very skilled at drawing landscapes, so just like a small note.
I mean, we do our best to give you feedback on anything, but if you are probably, like mostly, let's say, you send us artworks. If you're going to send us like a cake that we should taste, you should totally do it and we'll gladly taste it, but our professional opinion is not going to be as good and we will probably not be able to correct it.
For example, yeah.
But yeah, any kind of visual artworks, you send us sketches, you send us paintings, and digital and traditional. And here today we're going to do our best to give you tips and improve them.
Yeah, so for everyone who's joining us for the first time, hello, welcome to Lionscapes channel. My name is Sonia and this is Gasper.
Hello everybody.
We do tutorials and videos about creativity, inspiration and drawing.
Exactly. And if you're here for the first time, do write us in the chat if you're here watching live, or if you're watching on replay, you can gladly leave us a comment under the video and we'll do always our best to answer it. And throughout the video, if you have any questions or something pops up, just ask why we did it, what do you think, how would you do it differently. And I think even if the sketches are not yours, you will get a lot of value out of it, and you will also learn something by watching others' works getting commented on by us.
Yeah, for sure. I always loved the correction part when our professor was just saying like, gather around, now we're gonna check some sketches that other students did, and I learned through that process probably even more than I did when I was drawing my own.
This is true.
I'm very excited.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should we dive into it?
Yeah, let's dive into it.
Let's dive head first. And the first one of today is, boom. All right, a nice little bridge. Okay, so how this works is basically we look at it, we assess, and then we ask each other if we concur. And when we both concur, we come up with a suggestion, and I take like 60 seconds to correct it.
Yeah.
So this is the reference photo for this one, and this is the drawing. What are your thoughts?
Can you show me the photo once again?
Yeah. Well, let's just shift this so everyone can see it a bit better. Yeah, so this was the original photo we got, everyone. I don't know where this is from. If this is yours, you can gladly raise your hand in the comments and say, yeah, that's mine. But if you want to stay anonymous, you can still do so.
Okay, I think we need to work on feeling of depth. But before we dive into that topic, I mean, thumbs up to just reaching out of the frame. I like that you added, whoever you are.
Yeah, I like that.
That you added like leaves of those plants that are just stretching out of this frame, because that gives it a bit more three-dimensional feeling.
Like this here, right? Like sticking
and
out.
also on the right side.
Yeah. This two, like here, coming out of the frame. Yeah, this is a good technique to make it look kind of cool.
Yeah, I agree. Tina just said, Gasper looks so excited to be working on this today.
I am. Today has been
a crazy day.
This has been a crazy day. We've had like several commissions that we're working on, and there was a submission. We just submitted one commission like 5 minutes ago, and now we dive in headfirst into this one and to this live video with you guys. So yeah, I'm gladly doing this. Okay, depth check. Bit more contrast between different layers. Check. Yeah, let's try to do this.
Maybe if I would draw that once again, not that you should, but the trees in the background, you see, it looks like they have some sort of fur.
Yeah.
Maybe I would try to just make those a bit more abstract or not
Yeah.
so
Yeah, let's do
obvious.
this.
Okay, Gasper,
Yes,
you know how this play rolls, right?
I know. This is Sonia keeps pushing me, and I know. So okay, let's go. It's time.
Are you ready?
I'm totally ready.
3, 2, 1.
So
You're cheating. Okay.
no, I'm not.
Okay. Yeah.
So the way you create depth in an image is by, if it's a drawing, if it's a black and white drawing, you do it by interchanging light and dark layers, right? So I think, look at this. If I'm putting this here in the front into a bit of more darkness, then we get the feeling it's, it's the first layer in the shade. Okay, then we have a light layer of this ground here, and the bridge. Under the bridge, I like the way. And then I think here we should be like going a bit darker as well, since we want the back layer. We want the back layer to be a bit lighter, right? So these trees in the back can kind of pop out. And now what Sonia said, I think it's like if you would make those trees just like less details, I would say. They have too much details. And if you gave them less details, just like that, look at that. I know it's peeped, but let's just finish this real quick. So this would be my suggestion. Let's look at it before and after. Did I improve it or did I misprove it? Yeah.
We should have a sound for it, if it's like a yay or if it's like a nay.
You know what you guys should do is you should just go like
thumbs up
or thumbs down.
Yeah.
If there's an emoji in the comments, I don't know. Anyways.
Yeah. But wait, this sketch belongs to Marie, and she said, thanks, but need the critique badly. And Marie, I think you did a very good job.
Yeah, I think so too. I really like it. Yeah, I really like it. Maybe because we're so into like, okay, let's correct this, let's correct that. We don't stress it enough when we really like something.
I would also like to say that Marie also gave us a small donation.
Oh, wow.
Everything goes together and just like...
Thank you very much, Marie. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being here and being a part of our Facebook group. I hope you find a lot of value in our live streams and in supporting our Facebook group.
Yeah, everybody, you can support us in so many different ways. And mostly, you can just share our work and share this channel, because this is how we get this out to more people, which is ultimately what we want.
Okay, so I would like to say a word to this submission. So the drawer said that, whoever drew this, said that she just tried 2 different mediums, one in ink and one in pencil.
Yes.
And she couldn't decide which one is better. And since they look so similar, and sometimes we're at that point where we're just like, I don't know what's better now. This is also like a good case just to analyze just for a bit.
I think there's a good lesson to be learned here. Let's just take a quick glance at the reference photo. But I think it doesn't even matter so much how it looked in the reference, because the thing is, what I think is important here is that you tried to use pen and pencil in the completely same way. So you did same strokes, same length, you basically did the same image in just using a different stick. What you could do is also try to change the way you draw lines with it, the way you actually approach the tool. And I think the left one is quite, I like the pen and ink, the ink drawing is quite, I like it. And I think the right one, the pencil one, has more potential, because you could go more into contrast, more into wilder lines with the pencil, I would say.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same with watercolors, and each technique that we tried out in the last 2 months till now, it's like you need to act according to your medium, acting to your tool. You can't use the same drawing process or the same thinking, the way of thinking.
Let's look at this again. real quick.
Because it's just not possible, because the tool is now not allowing you to think the same way. So I think this is the good way to take advantage of that.
Yeah. So I think I'll just work on the right one, and let's see what I can like come up with to give it a bit more oomph.
Okay, let's unfit a bit.
Let's oomph it.
And you get a minute.
All right. So I think, you know, with a pencil, I would be more bold, you know, trying to differentiate. I would, you know, you're very, let's say, very cautious with your lines. You did them like one line at a time. I would just be more wild and color in or render in whole surfaces. Also, you know, this will help you a bit to shade. You know, there's definitely light coming from around here, so I think you could definitely be shading. And if you want these rocks to stick out, you know, you could actually do actually make this a bit darker. Yeah, like that. This is good. And then here down on the, I think when you have a surface, it's good to use not a how do you call it, a hatching, yeah, a texture. I would use a horizontal texture, because if you use like a diagonal texture, it will look like a volume. So we want to use a horizontal. Yeah, I know, Sonia.
That's a very good tip, Gasper. To use a horizontal texture instead of the vertical version.
Yeah, there you go. So like if I just put some lines like this there, and then, okay, just one more thing, Here are some really nice rocks. I would give them a bit more shading, you know, so they pop out. There you go. Let's check it out. So this is the before, and this is the after. All right.
Wow. Well, I think we need a few thumbs down or thumbs up, depending on your mood and your decision, but let us know. Yeah? Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay, I love this one. Oh, this is a nice architectural visualization, right?
Yeah.
We got a couple of those today.
No, I think just this one, because for the other ones, there was no saying that it's for Feedback Friday, so I didn't include them. Sorry. If you don't write that it's for Feedback Friday, then I don't feel very comfortable posting other people's work.
It's fine. I didn't say it in the story, so if you sent it, if it didn't get included today, I'm sorry, because we'll also get a lot of work to include, but we'll include it on the next Friday. Yeah,
but please write beside it that it's for Friday. That helps us a lot by sorting things out. Okay.
So yeah, I like several things about this. I like the color scheme. What I think I could be improved is a bit of feeling of volume, because it looks very flat.
So first of all, this is like very not typical, but that's one way that you can do architectural drawing, especially if you're doing a representation for a project. And this is that kind of drawing. And there's probably a reason why this is lacking colors or is so abstract in colors, because of course we can always add gray for the asphalt and green for the plants and the trees, but since we want to emphasize the structure, the volume, the outer, probably that's why I also added the color just to the architecture.
Yeah, so this is not supposed to be a realistic presentation. This is an unbuilt project, I imagine.
Yeah.
So this is one of the characteristics of architectural drawings. Yeah.
Okay, Gasper, you have another minute.
Another minute, huh?
Yeah.
Let's see what I can do with this.
Okay, and if you keep up, you're gonna get a few thumbs up. In the next round as well, because for the last one you got a few thumbs up.
I did get a few thumbs up?
Yeah.
Oh, what is this? Oh, wait, sorry about that.
I mean, this is not how you get thumbs up.
Wait.
This is like a strong nay. I stopped the clock, so just relax.
I'm ready.
Yeah?
I'm ready.
Okay. Let's do this.
Let's do this.
Okay, you get another fresh minute.
Okay, so like I said, it seemed a bit flat, so I would, just because, you know, it's architecture and it's supposed to look three-dimensional and voluminous, I think I would do the two sides, you know, I would give it a bit of a shading. So we see a bit of a side here and a bit of a side there. There you go. This looks much more three-dimensional right away. Also, in the background, I would go more... I would also use a different color in the background. Because I think I like the way it's actually kind of more pale than the foreground.
But you would make it even more pale.
I would make it a bit more contrasting.
Paler.
I would palerize it.
Paler it more.
I would paler it more.
Of the pale.
Okay, so and now this is one thing, and now one more thing. I think it's like, you know, I would like to have like a counter. I know we're supposed to focus on the architecture, but like maybe let's go artistic. I would do this. I would do this chair pink.
Yeah.
I would do the chair pink because you know the chair is here anyway. Why is the chair here? Because you know it's fun to have some little details. How to do the chair pink. So
and it also contributes something to the composition.
Yeah.
And if we just for a moment focus on the sketch, don't you think this is a wonderful sketch?
I mean,
the line work is very, very nice, very clear, and these small improvements did a lot.
So this is the before, and this is the after.
So what do you think? Is it a thumbs up, a thumbs down, a smiley face, a sad face? Let us know.
Okay. All right. Oh, this is an interesting one.
Yeah. I was thinking, what's the technique behind this one?
Yeah, looks like wrinkled paper, right?
Yeah. That was my thought as well. But I don't know exactly. Maybe it was first wrinkled paper and then put on something with the grid, and then just scribbled through so that it got some color on it, and then colored.
Definitely creative.
Yeah, very much.
So now I'm asking myself, is it like an abstract drawing painting, or is it an actual, let's say, representation of a mountain range?
For me it's more abstract. For me it has similar level to the Chinese painting that we got
like the
last week or 2 weeks
Chinese
ago.
ink.
Yeah. Because it is very abstract, but the colors are quite strong, the contrast is quite strong, and you can imagine pretty easily what this is, and it's still not so precise.
Okay.
If that helps you.
Not much.
I know.
But okay, let's try to do our thing. I think we've got like, even if it's mountains or not, there's like two layers, and the upper layer is a bit more empty, but I like the beginning of this blue line, so I would say let's try to expand on that one.
Okay. Dear Kasper, you get a minute.
Let's go. So I would add here, even if I don't know if you wanted to make this kind of mountainous or not, or more abstract, I would go and add here another line. I think this could help make the whole thing a bit more interesting, for whatever reason. It's sometimes hard to explain, but I think this blue line is kind of essential to your drawing. And maybe also, let's color this here in. Yeah, that's what I would have to say, basically. If the author is here, you can gladly shout out or write in the comments, yeah, actually I wanted to depict something completely different, but that's it. That's what I would do.
Okay, so this is from Ineke, and Ineke said, the paper is wet from the water. It's mine. So,
okay, Ineke. Thanks for submitting this. So yeah, if you wanted to do mountains, I like the abstract technique. Whatever you wanted to do with it, I felt that it's, that it has to have that the third blue line. So let's look at it without, with it and without it. I'm not so sure I made it better.
You know what? I think I would leave the line that Kasper drew, but in addition to that, you see you left it unfinished. But leave it there, but maybe extend some of the other ones, so that they are just reaching out, because this drawing was just reaching till the edges of the paper, and what I think is missing is maybe a bit of this freedom, the flexibility, space, white surfaces. That it sits,
this?
yeah, so that it sits maybe a bit more, and also adding some textures, that would help. And then this white line makes a bit better
So now
impression.
we're really now we're really reinterpreting your own artwork, Ineke. Yeah, this is good, Sonia. I like this. So now, now I'm playing with your
Stop,
awesome.
just stop playing.
Love it.
Okay.
Okay,
Nice.
so that's what we would do.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you should, but
Okay, so Tina said, much better with Sonia's correction proposition.
this
Yes,
is true.
thank you very much. And we got a YouTube binge emoji from Marie. Thank you. Yeah, okay.
We're glad we're binge worthy. Oh my.
My.
What
So
do we have
I
here?
think this one, since it's so abstract, I can imagine that this one has like a huge frame surrounding it, or it's much smaller, because that would also give it like a eye catcher, in a sense that you're just standing there before in front of that painting, and just observing the details. It's like that kind of technique where you just zoom in, you just move in front of the painting and just observe.
Yeah, I will, make it a bit bigger here to be able to work on it.
Yeah, sure, make it.
Yeah, I think the sense of scale is a bit skewed, because it looks like as if the island, this is a lake with an island with a church on it, and there's like a bridge going towards it. And I really like all the technique and everything, this grungy paper texture, but I think the church is too big, and some of the stones. So we're having a bit of a hard time kind of reading this spatially.
Okay, so what are you gonna do?
So you can wait. I'll just let me select that church here in Photoshop, and then you can give me 60 seconds. How about that? Yes?
I'm not saying that's a compromise, but okay.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna be really bold here, and I'm just gonna kind of make your church smaller. Sorry about that, but it had to be done. So, and now I'm gonna fill in the rest of the forest here. Because it's kind of, if you look at this perspective, it was a bit too big. Now I cannot probably show you before and after, but yeah, because I worked on the original image.
But you did this, make the church a bit bigger.
Yeah, I made the church bigger. I made the church smaller. I made
smaller.
Yeah, and then these stones are like, they look too near us. Maybe there are going to be some more stones here, some smaller ones that create the illusion of depth and something more far away. And then I think this bridge would kind of yes. Give me a second. It would probably be something like this. Yeah, because it looks unnatural the way it kind of concavely goes towards us. Okay, let's zoom out to see what kind of damage we did. Yeah, I hope you guys can see this. Yeah, so this is basically it. You won't be able to see much of the difference before and after, because I kind of changed it on the original, but you get a feeling, I think. So yeah,
and I think it's a nice thing that you did, especially with the road, because if you consider you're a bird, or you're in the plane and you're looking at the landscape below, and just before you touch the ground, before the landing, you see the roads that are really near and below you, and usually it's not like this feeling that they are going like in that kind of pointy shape, but they also have like this direction. They are very broad, and then they get nearer and nearer. And,
so a road would always look like this, and wouldn't look like this when it goes into the distance.
Yeah.
Right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, Gasper.
Well
amazing.
Explained. Let's move on. So, how is everyone doing today? And where are you tuning in from? Because we have some Indian-looking architecture. Maybe it's not Indian, I don't know. But you can tell us, and maybe it's someone from that region. Do tell us where you're tuning in from. It's always interesting to hear.
Yeah, we have some comments here. It's that what we did is very nice. We got a question from Bumblebee if we watch anime. The Maria liked the shading of the hill, and you need to make a small stop to give a shout out. And this one goes to Ineke. Thank you, Ineke, for your support. You are amazing. Thank you for joining us and to support us.
This heart is going out to you.
To you.
Yes. Yeah, so let's just answer that real quick. Or maybe we discuss this and then you answer the question while I correct this one.
Again, what was the question?
If we watch anime.
If we watch anime. Okay.
So yeah, let us discuss
the anime.
No,
the later
drawing.
On. Yeah.
Okay, so interesting architecture. If this is a realistic thing, I would like to know where it is. But if it's made up, it's also quite interesting. So I think it's a bit flat, right?
And I would also say, if we would have a bit more of the background of the story behind the sketch or this drawing, we would give you a bit better pointers. But for example, since it's like a palace, probably it's not sitting in an empty space. Usually this kind of palace can be found in a paradise, right? You want to emphasize the richness, even though maybe that it's a drought, that it's rich in green and vegetation and materials, and that's something that I would want to emphasize. So that's why I would for sure emphasize the environment, add some trees and water, maybe water elements. It's also important.
Yeah, and then when drawing architecture, it's kind of important to follow some principles of how shapes are drawn. So I'll also try to correct that. Okay,
and we got some love from Pakistan.
All right. Okay, so this is from Pakistan. Could well be. All right, can I start?
Yes, please do.
Andiamo.
Please, Kasper, start already.
Okay, so yeah.
We all want.
Sonia, is imagining some paradise backgrounds here. I don't know if there's palm trees where this grows, but when you say paradise, us being from kind of gray Berlin, we imagine palm trees.
And I imagine like, is it pomegranates?
Pomegranates.
Yeah, and trees and maybe some figs.
Oh.
Everything what's growing, and
we don't get good fruit here where we are. It's just like I don't know even if Germany imports any really high quality fruit. Right? It feels like everything is a bit like Okay.
True.
So this is it. Now let's go to the architecture itself. So because we're beneath it, I would say this is round, right? So it needs to curve. I'll take black here so you can see what I mean. If this is round, it would be curved like that. So these are kind of principles of drawing in perspective. This will help you in illustrations like this as well. This would also be curved. This would look like this. And then, be careful when you're drawing something perfect like this, it should have the symmetry, right? So if it's on one side, be extra careful that you're really symmetrical when you're drawing this. I'm not right now, but yeah, you get the point. No, I totally screwed up. But okay, you
butchered it.
I butchered it. But yeah, so this is like, I would say, I just added some details and yeah. Also one more thing, let's say maybe here add some shade behind this so this pops out a bit.
Yeah, so that you get the feeling of depth. Again.
This depth theme is like, we just keep...
It's in fashion.
Singing about it.
Yeah, all the time. But you see, I mean, there are so small things that you can change, and so much changes.
All right, let's look at it. So this back is a bit exaggerated, but I wanted to bring a point across. So this is after, and this is before, and again, this is the after. Yeah, yeah, love it.
Amazing.
All right.
And we got another support donation from, just wait, first we need to do a shout out, because the attention needs to go now to a special person called Tina.
All right, Tina.
Yeah, Tina.
You get a heart from us. Let me give it here.
Yeah.
Loud and clear.
Thank you for your support. You are amazing.
And Tina, I really like, you're one of those who are with us so often, and when you're not, we're already missing you. Like, where's Tina today? Yeah, thanks for the whole support throughout all of the time, last months where we started doing this live streams. So, thanks a lot.
Okay, so now we move to the next one.
All right, I think I just got a glimpse of it. I don't know, but
I know.
My God!
I know.
Oh my!
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, I know.
What?
I hope you're all the same way right now. Just like.
What was
amazing.
it? Is this one where we're not supposed to say who is it by?
No, that's another person.
Okay, so man, I just love this.
Wow.
Do you know who this is by?
No.
Can we give it a shout? Wait, we can give a shout out.
We would love to give a shout out. If this person is watching, please say it's you.
Yeah, let me just. Do you see who sent it? I think here somewhere.
I know, right? It looks very nice. I like the colors. I like the technique used for it.
I will write down who this is by, and you should follow the person on Instagram because it's amazing. I hope the person is fine with that, because what? Anyways, well, what should we say even about this? I love the monochromatic color scheme. I love the way the pink in the background. It's basically not monochromatic. Let me check. For everyone, I'm geeking here with color. So you see, it's basically a pink, magenta, across with blue of her hair, or maybe like, so this is next to magenta, it's actually violet. So, now I know what we can do. So, do you see those flowers in her hair? There's a bit of green in there. And this is right now what we're going for. This is like the contrasting color. I think what I would do with this one is add on a layer of green coming from the top. Where the light is coming down. I think we need more green. It will give it more depth, a bit more depth.
Okay, yeah, try it out.
A bit more.
Do you need a minute, or should I give you a bit more?
Yeah, just maybe give me a bit more, because I really like this one.
Since I'm so good, I'm gonna give you 2.
Yeah, thanks a lot. So let's see what I can come up with.
Thank you, Anne.
So this is way too strong.
Yeah, and Tina.
All right, so
okay,
let's do this.
Yeah, let's do it.
So yeah, color scheme. So it's a split complementary color scheme, I would say, or at least now I'm making it, right? So it's already magenta and violet in this one, and I think it's beautiful, and it would benefit a lot by having a little bit of green in there, because that's where we can then start to kind of look at that. Because green is like the opposing color from if we took this triad of magenta and violet. So yeah, this is basically what I would do. Yeah, I think this is already enough. I don't even, it's like you could also totally leave it the way it is. Let's get a bit more green here in her hair. And then we can repeat that green in the flowers of her, in her hair, which I think will give us a nice connection to the background. And you know what could we also do now? Like now you gave her what's it called? This makeup on the eyes. What's the makeup on the eyes called? Eyeshadow?
Eyeshadow, yeah.
Let's try this. What about, what if she had, no, it wouldn't look well. It's okay. Let's leave it like that. So, this is my suggestion. I don't know if it made it better, but I think I like the green that we brought in. Let's look at it before. And let's look at it after.
Yeah.
Boom.
And this is Photoshop graphic, right? This is probably...
That's called digital painting,
this is a digital painting, yeah.
It's digitally done.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I'll just write down who this is by, so you can check.
I also posted it in the chat.
Oh, you posted it in the chat? Okay, it's Mickey Belle.
Okay, so we already answered Anne's question. Ineke also responded. Then Samantha said the green is a good addition.
Yeah, follow that person, give them some love. It's amazing what they're doing. All right, awesome stuff. Thanks for submitting this.
Okay.
One more thing before we move on. The answer to, do we watch anime?
Yeah.
We do.
What kind of anime do we watch?
What was our one of? We really love all the Miyazaki stuff. Everything from the director Miyazaki. We're total fans of.
Ghibli Studio.
So yeah, he works for Ghibli Studio. I mean, he's a founder of Ghibli Studio. Recently, we watched. What else? What was good that we watched recently as well?
Well, there was a classic that you suggested once, a really scary one, with those ghost masks. Something that was crawling on the floor.
Oh, Princess Mononoke?
No, that's from Ghibli, but the one, it was almost monochromatic, almost no colors. They were struggling a lot. They tried to reach the factory where they produced like bricks of food.
This is beautiful graphics for everyone who's interested in graphics. It's called Blame. Blame is a very classic manga comic.
That's manga.
And then it was recreated for one film, for like one movie into anime. Blame, beautiful graphics, but quite intense stuff. Okay. Oh, Sonia, does your heart sing? It should.
It sings Slovenia.
Yeah, it's our homeland.
Yeah.
Wow, beautiful.
But Slovenia sounds much nicer than the way I sing, so don't get scared by it.
So, beautiful sketch vineyards, I would say. And yeah, what could we do here?
Well, there should be a differentiation between the foreground and the background, because right now my first question was, is there the middle layer with the texture, are those the vineyards, or is it like an agricultural field?
Yeah, it's a good question.
And since I see the vegetation in the background, it's like just flowing down like with fingers of the hill. I can imagine that this is probably a hill. So I think this is the hill in the front, and then you have like a small valley, and then it goes steeper on, it's a hill, and then on the top of it you have like a forest. So I would probably focus on that to get that better feeling.
So this, making the forest edge more?
Differentiate between
this and the front and the back.
The front and the back.
True. And I think we could do something with composition here, because we need like that rule of thirds. We need something there as a focal point. So I will expand this to the left and see what I can do.
Do it.
Let's do it.
Okay, you get a minute.
I get uno minuto. Don't be fooled, I cannot speak Italian.
Yeah, we try to mix different languages in our live streams, but we're very good experts in Slovene language. So.
Well, it's basically the only one we're experts in.
Well, why not brag then? Okay, yeah.
Okay, so like I'm extending this to the left because I have a feeling that we need something here to kind of, and then I think I would. Oh wait, wow, what the hell? Whoa! I don't want you to be that. Oh my god! I need a different pen.
Tina said, Gasper is Italian hip hop influenced today.
Yeah, totally.
What's going on?
I have a small issue with my brushes.
Is that an excuse that you're using? I mean, since I always then need to stop the timer.
It is a tactic, and I hoped you wouldn't pick up
Because
on it
you're
that fast.
trying to figure it out, and actually you're thinking about how to repair the
So
sketch.
yeah, so
Okay.
like a bit more contrast on the side. Let's do it like this. So we differentiate from the back, like Sonia said. So there's definitely some grass here on the side. I like the way this vine plants, are they called? Vineyards. Vineyards? But if it's a singular, it's a vine, right? Vine. And I think all of this hill on the left should also be darker, and have this texture of, there's probably grass, I would imagine, under the vineyard. This is what vineyard traditionally would have growing underneath. And yeah, this is what I would do really fast, I'd say. Yeah, let's look at it. Okay, so
Nice.
this is the before, and this is the after. This is the before, this is the after. Yeah, we got some focal points going on right there because I extended it to the left. We got a bit of more differentiation between the front layer and the middle layer. So yeah, I'm quite satisfied.
Okay, make a small stop and do a shout out dedicated to Luis.
Luis, thanks a lot. Really appreciate you. You're also one of the people who's been here all the time, and yeah, glad to have you here today as well.
Yeah, agree with Gasper.
So I'm hip hop influenced Italian. Yeah, maybe.
Maybe you should read something for us as well.
Well, I'm just a fan. Okay, a beautiful duck pond. What have we to say?
Well, I would first of all say that this is a beautiful watercolor painting.
It is beautiful.
With a lot of details, and I like that it also has, like, in front you have more details, and the more we progress into the room, you have the feeling that the detail reduces. You can see it in the background because the trees are not so detailed anymore. You just see some trunks or some branches there, and that's very nice. But what I would, if I would do something, then probably I would try to bind the water somehow together with the stones and the elements that are popping out of the water surface, and maybe make stronger colors for the foreground and reduce them in the background.
Yes. So get a little bit more depth, right?
Yeah.
I love the way the reflections are also made. It's very subtle, but it's actually really good.
Yeah.
I love this one.
So for this one, we also got many thumbs ups from our community. They say it is very, very beautiful.
It's awesome, right?
We agree. And I love the duck as well.
Yeah, I like the duck.
Yeah.
It's really nicely. Man, this is really... do we have the author in our midst?
Yeah, we would love to applaud to the author.
Yeah. All right, so I have here a bit of a challenge.
Are you playing with the settings?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just playing with the settings and trying to get that what
just
we need.
Let me know when you're finished then, or ready. Let me know when you're ready.
Well, you're never really ready, but let's do it anyway.
Okay.
Let's just see if this works.
Okay, you have a minute.
I have a minute. All right, so let's see. So you said a bit more contrast here in the front, right? A bit more vivid colors.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one way to do that is...
on which layer are you?
again, fighting with Photoshop here, everyone.
I think you need to check the layer. Oh no, the layer is fine.
Yes. Back in the game. We're back in the game. You know, if this was... Those of you who use Photoshop know that it can be a pain.
Especially before you have a submission.
If you're working on a project, you have to submit, or you're working for your school or something, you have to do something, and then Photoshop comes and says, no. It smells that you're under pressure.
Okay, so Luis also asked, would you move the duck a bit out of the middle or not? And I would say yes.
Yeah, let's move the ducky.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Sonia, I'm taking now the liberty of... Oh, I would do it there. Yeah, you would? Yeah.
Which side? Left or right?
Because I was like, we need to put it on the right now. 2 ducks.
Do another one on the right. That's funny.
You really want it on the right?
Yeah, I think because this space needs a bit more breathing.
There you go. Another duck.
Yeah.
This is actually good. I like it. Because now we have a composition with these stones. Okay, let's do the final thing we want here.
What? 2 ducks? Huh? You would do 2 ducks?
What, me?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you wouldn't? I actually like it.
Okay.
Ducks come in pairs, as you know. Now let's do a final thing. I will just real quick go with white over this.
We're gonna erase the background.
Just to give it a bit more less intensity. So if you would be doing this with your watercolors, you would just use more water back there. Okay, so now let's do this. So yeah.
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 You like it?
Yeah, I like it.
All right.
I would then probably the black line needs to be above or something, you know, so that it's not like now everything is just merging with background.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, so let's look at...
This gives much better feeling.
Let's look at what we did. So this was the before. The 2 ducks are remaining the way they are, and this is the after. So a bit more contrast in the front, and the background muted and more light, so we get a feeling of a distance. Because colors get more desaturated with distance, and this is something you can keep in mind.
Okay, while you are working hard, I'm having fun reading the comments, which are Photoshop deadline karma. I think it's just freaked out, just like us. This is why it's struggling. And then Louis said, excellent move on the ducks, and yeah, everyone was also very pleased. And Tina said, Kasper is also a romantic. Oh, yes, he is.
Well, Sonia can tell you that. Okay, so I really love this illustration. This is quite nice. It's like an exercise in 2-point perspective, but nevertheless it was made also interesting with all the details and textures. So what are your thoughts on this one?
Well, as a landscape architect, I tend to add the roads, you know, because now you have the architecture and in front of the but this is like I'm talking about the context, so which is not very crucial thing to add probably, but
let's do it. It's like, you know, it's our show. We can do whatever we want.
Well, then please do that. You know the
and the garden in front of the house. You have the there's a word.
Foregarden. Is there a foregarden?
A garden in front of the house. There's like a backyard and like a front lawn, maybe front lawn or something. I don't know.
Well, we suggest that we add the frontal part of the house.
Yeah.
So that the roads are not just ending and the pathways somewhere in the grass.
Yeah.
Since this is not somewhere in Transylvania, in some village behind the mountains. Yeah, that's something that I would add. Or the next thing would be I would darken the forest
behind it.
behind the houses. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's try
Front yard.
Front, yes. Thanks a lot, everyone.
Whoa.
Your
It's
help.
just like lifting a stone from our lungs or something.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry.
I just started because you didn't.
It's okay. It's okay. Just whatever you do is fine.
Yeah. I'm having a fight with the brushes. We have to stop the clock again. Is there any other questions meanwhile?
We got a comment on front yard. Yes, front yard. A lawn is more manicured, formal. Thanks, Anne.
Thank you. All right, so now my brush is working again. So I took a nice brown brush to have. So you meant something like that, Sonia, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm still fighting with the brushes. It's like this setting.
But do you think those are the brushes that are giving us trouble, or?
It's one of my settings in Photoshop, and I'm definitely sure it's like, I would find it if I took a little bit of time. What is wrong, but
Since we're under time pressure and the minutes are ticking constantly, and Gasper can't sleep at night then because of that. He's waking up totally in shock.
So I'll put a bit of shading here in the back, because we see the deep shadow does the image well behind that chimney. So I think we could repeat it here on the other side as well. Maybe here on the end of the houses. Yeah. Yes. All right. This is it. Let's see it. So I just, did a little bit of work on the front yards of the houses and a little bit of, backdrop shading. So this was before, it looked a bit naked.
Yeah.
And now we have the feeling it's sitting somewhere. It has a bit of context.
And I can also tell you why. Because we have these hard lines and they are sitting somewhere in very soft lines. Between something soft, very organical. And it needs to lead somewhere. We're very used to it, that we're building like straight lines and some sort of arrangement and compositions. And if this is lacking, then we tend to be somehow anxious, we just know that something is missing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Let's move to the next one.
Very nice.
I like that one. Oh my. Oh, it's a nice portrait.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Okay. So,
is there an author who did this? I mean, this would be also amazing.
It would be also amazing to
hear who's the creator of this beautiful portrait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so pencil portraits. I like a good thing with. So there's many good things going on here. I like the way I like the contrasts. We have the biggest contrasts are in her eyes and mouth. So this is, your eyes are drawn to it. It's kind of on the upper, third intersection. So it is in a rule of thirds.
I mean, you can see that the author really knows how to draw a portrait. Yeah. Look at the hair. I mean,
they know their shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very good.
But do you see something that you would like to correct? Because I have one observation, but...
Yeah, I also have one.
Yeah?
Yeah. I would say mine would be... Well, okay, what would be yours?
Well, I find that the neck is pretty long.
Yeah.
So if I would do anything, I would probably make the neck a bit shorter.
Yeah, this is one thing. Okay, very good. Mine would also be because we want to draw attention to the face here. I think this neck is too detailed.
With this part, right?
Yeah.
This bulge, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a bit too detailed. And the other thing is I think because everything is so pretty, the way this image cuts off, after the t-shirt ends, it's as if the time ran out. And you're just end it somewhere.
Yeah.
I think we could make a nicer transition to end this image.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, let's try to do I'll zoom in a bit.
And you get a minute while
Alright.
correcting a very detailed portrait.
Yeah, so, you know, I would say kind of maybe if you already want to fade something out, it's nice to see, you know, it's nice to see the strokes actually. So I would totally go for those strokes and go, yeah, okay, here you can see a little bit how it's finishing. I'm not sure I'm gonna manage to do it nicely now, but I'll do my best. Yes, I need to see some of the shoulders, I think, to have a feeling of, yes, like this. Yeah, I'm talking with myself, everyone, but yeah. And now here, let's get a bit of this shadow out, so we're not so focusing, because this is, like I said, it's very nice that the most contrasting point is in her eyes and mouth. Sonia, I don't know if I can fix the neck length. Maybe the person has such a long neck.
Well,
it is?
maybe just if you
Yeah.
would add here a bit more white. That's one possibility, that you just add like a small part of white behind this hairline. And yeah, just raise the shoulder.
Like this.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, because it was so thin that I was asking myself, how is it holding together? How is it holding the head? Because the head is also pretty heavy.
Yeah, like that. Right?
Yeah.
That's a bit better. Beautiful. Let's look at the verdict.
Okay.
Everyone. So did we do the better or worse? So before and after. Yeah. I think I like the way the body ends now.
Yeah.
So it's not just like cut off with one horizontal line. It's always a bit weird. It's good to go with the shapes of the body.
Yeah, with the form.
Yeah.
That's very important.
Yeah.
It's the same if you look at the hair. You go with the hair, right?
Yeah.
And it's the same with the material.
Mhm.
Okay. So we got a thumbs up for this one.
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful one. Oh my. This is Salzburg. Wow. Who is here from Salzburg? This is a very recent sketch, I see.
Yeah, I think the author is not from Salzburg, but...
it's like 9 days ago. Someone did it from a photo?
I don't know.
Probably.
I don't know. I mean, this person said that it's from a different land, but
this image has a lot going for it.
A lot of going. And also, I like that it has very small amounts of lines. You see, it has just like zack for the part for the castle.
Just a zack.
Just like
zack
the basic lines, and then colored everything in. So it's like a sketch on the go, something that you do like
an urban sketch, travel sketch.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, I like it as well.
I think what I would do, it's even maybe it's too much color. I would focus on like the most interesting elements, which is the Salzburg silhouette with the churches, and leave the castle is quite nice. I think it's these different colors give it a nice, you know, livelihood. But I would actually reduce the amount of color
or
textures around. So let's see what we can do in this regard.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andiamo.
And go.
We're like again and go, and I'm like nothing happens. Yes. Okay, so actually I would
Okay, so we got a question. Will this live stream remain on the channel or will automatically disappear? This live stream will remain on this channel, so you can always come back and watch it later.
Yeah, all our live streams will, because yeah, definitely do.
Yeah, okay, sorry, I was just afraid that I'm gonna miss the question.
No, it's good.
So how will you reduce now the...
I just actually am deleting.
You're deleting it.
This, and then somehow, because I would, you know, maybe now I would, oh, well, sorry about that. I'll add more focus around here, around these houses, so it's more contrasting. And you can always do that by adding a deeper tone of color behind the buildings. Look at that. I like the way they're actually not so realistic, you know, it has a consistent, like, illustration quality to it. Yes, beautiful. Good job, whoever did this. I really, really like it. Yeah, there you go. What do you think? Let's have a bit more focus on the main thing.
Can I suggest another thing?
Yeah, do it.
This is something to do with the technique, since whoever do this, is using watercolors. It depends how you apply watercolors. So with a lot of water or with less water, and do you let the surface after you apply the pigment, if you let it dry or not. And for example, here you can see that for me, there's still a lot going on in vegetation layer. And if that would up to me, I would try to reduce the different tones of green in vegetation layer. So I would
much green, huh?
I would take one color
Yeah.
and I would just do a layer over it, so that I would make it a bit calmer. And for that we would even out the vegetation layer, and
good.
for that the architecture part would just stand out a bit more.
This is a great point. Okay,
Also emphasize.
Let's try that. I really love what you're suggesting. Because this is true. Like, the architecture is the interesting thing here. I mean, the green is a bonus, but because it has so many different shades, we kind of don't see the architecture. Already, yeah, it's...
Try this part as well.
What should I do with it?
Yeah, just color over it.
Like this?
Yeah.
Alright. So basically I'm just taking one shade of green with different lightnesses. No?
I would probably take just one color, and then, for you, I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
And then use the opacity maybe. You know, I would just take one green and then use the opacity to just even out the layer and leave these small textures inside, because I'm not sure that we can. I would not remove it, but you can. Do you know what we mean with that? I mean, I think this is something that's really. Really something that gives this part.
We're really taking time with this one, but I like it. Like, it's worth it, I think.
Well, I mean, especially if it's a challenge for us, when we start thinking about something, then we're really invested.
Yeah. This is true. Okay, so we took more time with this one, but I think it was really worth it.
And maybe add a small dot for
the bridge to end?
Yeah, like for the direction.
Okay, so the bridge should end all the way.
Maybe shadow under the bridge, like small, you know, because this is all the same color.
Yeah. All right, like that. Huh? Sonia not pleased? Okay, Sonia's taking over the pen.
I'm just...
The essential point.
Yes.
But it does make a difference. Okay, people, let's look at what we did here. We took a bit more time with this one, but, you know, sometimes...
Okay, can you show the before and after?
Yes. Okay, so this is the before. A lot going on, a lot of colors, but has great potential. And now we took that potential out and made it visible. I like it.
Yeah, I like it as well.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay,
I love Sonia's suggestion. It's really good advice. It's very interesting. The green, interesting change. Good advice, Sonia. Thumbs up. Good suggestion. Thumbs up. Okay.
Awesome. Oh my. Oh, we got another beautiful one. Oh my.
And this is also the last one.
This is the last one for today?
The last one for today.
Alright, let's make it a bit brighter so we can see what's going on. Okay, so we got another beautiful digital painting. A portrait. What can we say about that? I mean, I like many things about it.
I also like a lot.
So we screenshot it from Instagram. You see here the arrow pointing forward. But yeah, this is basically...
Maybe you remove this first.
Yeah, let's remove this first so we're not bothered by it.
What I really like about it is that, for me, these are two techniques. One is very detailed, where you try to almost render the face and everything, and then those flowers are so abstract, in a sense that they are so simple, and they could be very detailed and blah blah blah, but they are like almost different technique.
Which This is a good point. Like, I like the way it goes into more sketchy style, but the face is more detailed out.
Yeah, and this is again digital.
This is digital. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say I would emphasize that in
Yeah.
this one. So this is one thing I would do. It's like I like the way it goes into sketchy. So, but you know, her hair is realistic all the way through.
Yeah.
So I think her hair should get also more sketchy towards the bottom, and just have her face really nicely rendered realistically in color.
Yeah, or maybe you see this line.
Yeah, this should be a hard line, right?
Yeah,
it
and
should be a
also,
hard
for
line.
example, the lines in the background, which create some shadow.
Mhm.
Maybe I would focus more intentionally on them, in a sense that here there are just like strokes, and every stroke says something. And for me right now, it looks like she has like some sort of hunch. She's like paying attention, and she's very focused and not in such a good mood. And if we maybe direct these lines a bit differently, or close them a bit, or I don't know, maybe just make them like that they fade out, that would also make a difference.
Okay. So I think we'll take a couple of more minutes with this because I
It's also
like
the
it.
next one.
It's a challenge, and you know, huge shout out to the author. I really love it. Thanks for submitting. Okay, let's first thing I'm thinking is like we should maybe add a bit of canvas to the right. So she's gonna be she's not gonna be so central, right? Because right now she was a bit central, and it was
true.
now it's
We
much
can
more
add
harmonious.
even more, if you ask me.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Now let's dive into her hair.
Ah, beautiful.
Beautiful stuff. Really, so I remember, I don't know who this is by, but if the author wants to be named, we'll really gladly give you a shout out because this is amazing work. Okay, so yeah, I think this is good, Sonia. Like the hairline being more sharp. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that as well.
Yeah, I like your pencil work, your brush work. It's beautiful. Yeah, I know. Maybe yeah. This does it well. Does it good. Okay, so now I have this. Then it's how to. I like the way this red line here is kind of, you know, emphasizing that this is a sketch. So I would continue with this red line all the way to the bottom. Maybe even like a darker, so we emphasize this a bit, you know. And now it's the question: how do we get the hair to be more sketch-like in the bottom part? It has almost too much depth, right? We should actually take away some depth. What do you think?
Yeah, try. You can try. I have just a feeling that it can.
You have your reservations.
Yeah, I mean, try it out. Why not? I have a feeling that maybe since taking away something that's very well rendered or done, and then make it a bit more abstract,
It's hard.
it's hard. It's harder than counting with that on the beginning, right?
Yeah, totally harder. I'll do my best.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure,
my best.
sure.
I will try it.
Try it out.
I have no idea if
Try
I'll succeed.
and fail.
Yeah,
Do that.
Actually, I like to fail. I mean, I keep saying to myself that I like to fail, so I would actually like to fail one day. I mean, I do keep failing all the time, but I want to learn to.
Yeah, it's not like that I
To
want
like
Kasper
it.
to fail. I hope you understand. It's just like the thing that we're saying a lot, like we should not be afraid to fail, and this is the way that we allow ourselves, just by saying like, yeah, try, and if you fail, then you know you learn something new.
Yeah, so I actually intentionally worsened your hair here, like the hair that you drew. So it looks like you haven't finished it yet there.
Yeah, but here, you know, maybe what will do the trick, Kasper, here, now it looks like a tail of a wet cat or something. But what we need to add are just like a few lines that are just like here, you see, that are just straight, sticking out in maybe a bit darker colors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe,
like some that are just like here. You see that some lines are just like
yeah.
not giving a form of.
I get it.
Because your hair is never like polished. There's always a hair or a wave sticking out.
Okay. So this. Now, let's do some more stuff on this one. Maybe completely... you know what?
That was now 4 minutes, but you can continue.
Yeah, this is the last one, everyone. So I think you can... I think we can all learn a little bit from this one. So the question is with how do you get focus on that face, right? And this is basically what we're trying to do here. I desaturated everything, and now let's just have more saturation on her face. I think this is helping as well. Okay, now I like how the way she looks more sketched out on the sides, and then her eyes are beautifully rendered in the middle. We've got this composition almost down. I think we should cut here on this side a bit away. Sorry about that jumping. So I think we need white. Sorry about that. White. I said white. Yes, there you go. So yeah, how are we liking this?
Yeah, now we need your opinion on this, for sure. Because I think we are at the point where we're just like, well, we can still work on it and do something more, but you know, it's not our medium, and it's an amazing drawing.
Yeah.
So it's not like that we're searching a needle in the hay or something.
I think I'm really okay. One more thing, her upper lip. I would say it needs to be more in the shade. What do you think?
True.
If I can get it to work. Yes. Yes. So the upper lip, everyone, is always darker because, you know, light usually falls from above, which makes our upper lips darker. Beautiful. All right. No.
And the lipstick ran off.
Yeah, Photoshop is not cooperating. This is like my standard excuse, like, sorry, Photoshop's not cooperating. Okay, there you go. Anyways, beautiful stuff. Let's look at the before and the after, because I think, you know, this one, you know, it's almost like artistic interpretation now at this point.
Mm-hmm.
It's so well done, I would say. Okay, so before looks like, oh, let's make it so you see the whole of it. Yes. Okay, this is the before.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the after. Yeah, what we would do.
Well,
yeah. Everyone, that was the last one. We've got a couple of more today, but they will be fitted into the next Feedback Friday because we already filled a whole hour today. Thanks a lot for joining us. Thanks a lot for submitting your work. It's always amazing that you have the courage to do it and share it with the internet. I really, really appreciate it.
Yeah. So if you like today's live stream and our content that we produce, so give us a thumbs up. And if you're not yet, subscribe to our channel, and that with the notification bell. Otherwise, you won't be notified when our next live stream or video is coming out. And if you do any improvements on your sketches, please share those with us and our community. You can do this via LinkedIn, so many words.
Instagram?
LinkedIn, yeah.
Facebook?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Facebook group. Our Facebook group called Lionscapers is in the description, or Instagram, lionscapes.drawing.
Yeah. Thank you.
Sure.
That was a hard one.
Last thing, Monday, we're really excited for Monday. Tomorrow is no live stream, we're taking a break, but on Monday we have our first guest on our Creative Monday. We're going to do creative exercise, which is going to train you to think more creatively, to come up with better ideas, and we're going to do it with the amazing illustrator Whitney Sherman, and I'm really excited. So see you on Monday.
And don't forget, prepare your materials and everything, your good energy, bring your friends. It's gonna be an amazing creative exercise. We're so excited. So we really hope you can join us for that live stream. And before we go, we need to do a shout out that goes to Anne. Dear Anne, thank you very much. You're amazing. Thank you for your support and your good energy that you bring to our Facebook group and to our live streams.
And thanks everybody for joining. You know what to do.
Keep on drawing.
And stay creative.
Bye bye.
Bye everybody.